Hey everyone, this is GalacticSand here, and today I'm going to be attempting the Conlang Speedrun. As you can see, I have nga.org open and the speedrun rules up, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've already got everything open that I need open, so alright. Let's get started. Alright, first, we need to pick our phonology. Can't be whipped. Alright. Alright, so we need to change some of these. First thing I'm going to do is add some voiced stops to make this a little more unique. And then let's go ahead and add a labial fricative. And also this could use some approximants, so let's add y, wa, la, and ra. And we need 10. That's 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 2 more sounds. Let's add the palatal stop, nya. And we need 1 more sound. You know, just to spice this up a little bit, we'll do an alveolar affricate. Tsa. But then, oh, I didn't even think about the vowels. Let's go ahead and we'll do a 5 vowel system. So now we need to roll the dice and figure out what our word pattern is going to be. So I'm going to roll 6. So I'm going to, oh dear, my pattern's going to be CVN, CVN. So perhaps I should have organized my tabs better. Here we go, there's our word pattern. Let's do 5,000 words. Do a new line for each of them, and then we'll filter duplicates. And then let's go ahead and let our approximants and fricatives go at the end of a word. So these go at the end, that goes at the end, and then we'll let fa and sa end a word. So hopefully that'll give us some more variety, and then generate our words. Here we are. It's a nice looking set of words. Let's go ahead and copy all of these. How many did it say it generated? Guess there's no way of really telling. We won't get all of them. We'll get most of them, because I'm pretty sure this is like way over the amount that I need. Let's copy these and move them over to the spreadsheet. I'm not gonna name my sheets just so that I can save time. Next, we've generated our words, and now we need some sound changes. So we're gonna plop these into the input lexicon, and then we're gonna get rid of these, and we're gonna get rid of these. Let's get our sound categories from awkwards. So here's our vowels. I like how these words turned out. I think it was the fact that I allowed a lot more stuff to go in the coda. So, and now what sound changes do we want? Let's take a look at... Alright, I already see some interesting stuff. Let's say that whenever we have 2 coda-like sounds together, let's say that there is an epenthetic vowel that goes between them in all situations. So let's test that out. The reason I'm testing these out is because I haven't used awkwards a whole lot. No words changed. Uh-oh. Alright, well, let's make this a little bit more restrictive then. Okay. Get rid of these again. Let's go our... Whoops. I wonder how many words we got. Yep. Sorry. Yeah, this is going to affect my time probably, but I'm not doing this to try to set any kind of record. I'm just doing this for fun. So, let's... Yeah, also another reason I used Google Sheet instead of... I was originally going to use LibreOffice Calc, but I decided to go with Google Sheet because LibreOffice Calc does this annoying thing where... Alright. 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 It's actually... Yeah. Alright. Again, I haven't used awkwards a whole lot. This will probably be the biggest obstacle I have to overcome in this challenge. So, let's have... Wait, I gotta get my categories back. Hold on. Um... I keep having to do this because I need to check. Alright, copy these again. Throw them into the... Oh yeah, I gotta refresh. That's why I... Okay, yeah, so these are, Alright, well then... Right. Alright. Let's go ahead and, let's go ahead and set these up. Equals... these are consonants. These are... Oops. These are consonants, and these are nasals. Not nasals, they're codas. But they were originally nasals. I added some more sounds. Let's... Alright, now we need our rules. Let's say that when a consonant and a coda are together... Let me see... yeah, this allows... So let's say that... Let's say that this means that there is a sound that's inserted epenthetically in all circumstances for both combinations. Then there is... Actually, the example they had up here were written without spaces, so I'm going to go ahead and not do that. Because I don't know how good awkwards is at taking that into account. It's pretty easy to trim spaces out of strings, but again, I'm not sure. And then I want to eventually nuke Geminids, but let's do something interesting before I do that. Let's have some metathesis going. So let's have anytime a I just went ahead and inserted epenthetic vowels between consonants and codas. So let's do some stuff with coda. Actually, before we do that, let's have whenever we have a vowel that comes before a y, we'll have them. So we'll have I go to a go to e, oi go to e, e go to e, and then let's have oi go to e. So there's going to be a lot of i's in this language. Probably. I'm not sure how often those pop up. And then we'll have I will go to aw, eu go to. Let's have eu go to u. Then have eu. Actually, let's have eu go to aw. Eu goes to u. Then o, of course, goes to u, and then so does u and w. So these go there, these go there, these go there. All right. That's 3 changes that we've done. We need 3 more. Let's have I'm not sure. We don't have H. There's lots of cool things that you can do with H. Oh, I know what we can do. Let's have. Oh, wait, these should be. These should be before a consonant. Before a consonant. And then let's have. Oh, let's have nya go to na when it's at the end of a word. So there's boundary. Let's have nya go to na when it's at the end of a word. What else can we do? Let's have R disappear when it's at the end of a word. And let's have L also disappear when it's at the end of a word. That's 5 changes. There's 4th change, there's 5th change. Word. Last change. This will be an interesting one. Let's have S go to H when it's at the beginning of a word. And then we'll have Y go to S when it's at the beginning of a word. And that'll it'll counteract. I kind of like that. I'm not a big fan of Y's at the beginning of words, so I think that's a nice change. Let me go ahead and copy these in case something messes up and I gotta redo them. Let's add a new sheet here for my sound changes. There we go. Now let's go ahead and apply. Uh-oh, something has messed up. Something has goofed up. What has happened? Oh shoot, maybe I need to oh, I know what to do. I know what's happening. Let's get our categories back again. I hate having to do this again, but I gotta make sure this happens correctly. I gotta get rid of these slashes. I think that's what's causing problems. And then let's replace nya, because I think that's causing problems too. Let's replace that with an arbitrary symbol. We'll use the number 4. And then let's get rid of all these. And then we'll use the letter C for tsa. So then let's get back our categories. I think I'm getting the hang of awkwards now. Can you tell? Not awkwards, SCA2. I haven't used this a whole lot. But I've found that actually doing my sound changes manually saves time. And then under the rewrite rules, we'll have 4 go to nya, and then tsa to tsa. Under rewrite rules, let's get rid of these and bring our changes back. And bring them back. And let's get our, painfully, we will get our word list again. The easiest part will be getting the Swadesh lists. I already have those open, so all I got to do is copy and paste. Then the translating the first article of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights is also going to take a good while. So, and I haven't even gotten to grammar and syntax yet. So, this is probably going to be a longer run. So let's put these back into the word list, and then we're going to apply. There we go. Look at those. Nice, pretty words. If I can... Let's put these... Alright, got them all correctly. So now we can go to the next step. We need Swadesh list. Let's use an Indo-European one. Let's use the Welsh list. I love Welsh. Whoops. I actually studied Welsh for a while. It's been a while since I've gone back to it. Whoops. All right. Oh, we can fix this by just getting rid of this row. Left. All right, let's get rid of this. get rid of these. We have a Swadesh list. Look at that. I'm not going to worry about getting rid of links. Let's go to the next step. Next, categories for verbs, nouns, adjectives, adverbs are marked using what? Let's roll the dice and figure that one out. We got a 2, which means we'll be using prefixes. All right. So let's make a new sheet for this. We'll say prefixes. And then for the word order, we got to roll the dice again. 3, which means VOS, and that actually kind of works out well for the prefixes kind of thing. That I can envision that coming up from a VOS word order. Next is morphosyntactic alignment. All right, yeah, I got nominative accusative, so nominative accusative. Next is our morphology, and let's do a coin flip. All right. Tails, and that means analytic. All right. All right. Verb conjugation, let's roll the dice again. 2 again, which means we'll be doing number and tense. So number plus number and tense. If no tense, we don't have to do that because I got tense conjugations. Now we roll for grammatical numbers. 3, so we're marking for singular, dual, and plural. So singular, dual, plural. Grammatical number, we'll say, flip the coin again. Heads, that means we do have noun adjective agreement. So nouns, adjectives agree for number. Next, grammatical number. Do we have subject, agent, and verb agreement? Let's subject, agent, verb agreement. Let's flip the coin again. Tails, that means we don't, which means that our nouns do not, the verbs will agree then with the object. So verbs agree object. Next, let's see if we have articles. 2, we have no articles. That is wonderful. No articles. No articles. Next, let's roll to determine how many aspects we have to include. Did I skip? All right. Is there? Yeah, there's no step for tenses, so I'm guessing those are up to us. So let's roll the dice. 6. 6, we get simple. Oh, wait. We need to roll a d4 first. That's right. Let's do a 4-sided to determine how many we need. 4. We're including 4 aspects. So 4 aspects. Now what are those? We have to roll our d6. So first, we're including the perfective. So perfective. Roll again. That's perfective again. We already have that. 4 is we have the progressive. So progressive. That's perfective. 3 means we have a imperfective. There's that, and I do actually happen to know the difference between those two, which is great. and a 6, which means we'll have a simple, which is distinct from these three. So that's good. Next, let's roll for our moods. We need a D4. One mood. We include, and that's one mood besides the indicative. So let's roll our 6-sided die again to determine how many that is. 1, and that is the conditional. Nice. So indicative and conditional are two moods. Next, we're going to name the language, so we need to roll a 1000. Will this website even do that? 549. Let's look at our word list and find word number 549. 549. The name of the language is Sena. So the Sena language. All right. We've named the language, and now we need to translate this passage. So let's get a new sheet for this. Can I... Let's make this a bit smaller. There we go. So, let's begin the hard work that is translating Article 1 from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So first, let's go to our word list and see if we have a word for all. Oh yeah, we do Kela. So let's have let's have Kela. So we start with this word Kela, which means all, and then we need a word that means a person or a human being. Okay, yeah, I'm making sure Control F still works. Human. Muye. So muye is the word for human being. So, and we need to make sure we're abiding by the rules. So this is VOS. So this needs to be born all human beings. So we need the verb meaning to give birth, and if not, we'll make up a word for it. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, it didn't give us a word for to give birth, so we'll just go down here and assign that meaning. We'll say hema means to give birth. So let's go back here. Which word did we say? We said hema. So hema. And now we need to make that passive. So how are we going to do that? First of all, is there anything on here which tells us what voices we need to have? There is not, so we're free to figure that out on our own. Well, we didn't get to use auxiliary verbs for anything else, so we can, let's say that, let's see if we have a verb that means to stand. I like to use those. We'll say gela is a auxiliary verb that encodes the passive. Or actually, we can turn that into a prefix and we'll create the verb gelhema, which means to give birth. And I'm not going to do too detailed of a gloss of this because I'm on a time limit here. So gelhema, gelamuye, and I need to make this plural somehow. We'll use actually, let's keep that singular because the this verb here, gela, is doesn't have any markers on it. So let's say this agrees with this as an adjective. And let's actually, if this is, yeah, let me see. If this is VSO, then the morphology is analytic, so. But let's see here. Let's see if I have anything here about. Yeah, nouns and adjectives agree in number, no articles. Yeah, the prefixes makes me want to do adjective, makes me want to do modifier, makes me want to do adjective, noun. And actually, this verb here agrees with the object. So, gelhema kela muye, all human beings are born. We need something that means free or freely. We don't have any word that means do we have anything that means to bind or to trap? Nothing. So let's say let's have a negation particle. We'll say loose means not, and then can also mean no, and then we'll have a verb pulaf, which means to bind, and then we'll attach a let's actually change that and we'll say what about have. Oh yeah, this is a Celtic language. It doesn't have a word to have. Let's say posa means to have. So posa is going to be it's going to shorten to po, and then that's going to be our past tense marker. So populaf, or it's going to be lus populaf. Where's our... So lus populaf. So give birth, all human, not bound. Gelhema kela muye lus populaf. All human beings are born literally unbound, born free, and equal. We need a word that means and. So we have no word that means and. Oh yeah, we do. We have a word that means and that word is hala. So hala so gelhema and equal. So we need a word that means equal or same. Let's say naima means same or similar. So naima is our word. Allah. And to link we need to link this clause together somehow. Let's use a copula to link those clauses together. So B let's use to stand as a copula. So gel or gela, and we'll link these clauses together using that. So gelhema, gelamuye, gel. Let's actually shorten this down to ge to avoid ambiguity. Hala naima. And same. So, and same in, we need something that means in. So, let me go back up to the word list and see if we have anything that matches that. In. Here we go. Garasui? That's weird, but okay. Garasui? In dignity and rights. So we need something that means dignity. Let's create a verb that means to allow. In this case, that will be rema, to allow. And then we will create the passive, the past participle porema, which means allowed. So then hala porema. So we'll go ahead and say we can use the past tense marker as derivational morphology to create a resultant. So porema means something that is permitted or a right. So, however, we do need a plural marker since this isn't agreeing with the subject. So we'll use que as a plural marker from kela, meaning all. So que porema. And same in dignity and rights. So we need something that means dignity. We'll say your dignity is like your reputation. So let's take the verb to know, lubov, attach the past tense marker to it, and create something that is known about a person. So in this context, that would mean their reputation or their dignity. So we'll say Paul Lubov. So polubov in their... Do we have something that means their? Like the possessive third person? We'll use... What about... Okay. Let's make a little preposition that means of. So we'll say... We got analytic. Let's say new means of. So new is going to be our preposition that means of, and we're going to use that in combination with the third person singular, nepha. So new nepha of him. So indignity, polubov, new nepha, hala keporema, new nepha. In dignity of him and rights of him. And now we go to the second part, which is they are endowed with reason and conscience, so we use a passive. So what's we need a verb meaning to give. So whoops, didn't mean to do that. Give. Hello. To give, fitanu. So fitanu. So ge fitanu, but that's agreeing with the object. So we say so ge fitanu. They are given. If this is passive, then shouldn't it be agreeing? The subject is still the object in the active. So gefitanu is still agreeing with reason and conscience. So that should be plural. So let's attach a plural agreement. Let's say this is actually ke gefitanu, meaning they are given. Or rather, we should say they are given to them. They are given to them. Kegefitanu or kegefitanu. I keep geminating that T for some reason. I don't know why. They are given to them. Maybe I just like how it sounds. So they are endowed with reason. So we need something to chain that. So we don't have a verb that means to use. Let's make one. We'll say tudi means to use. So tudi. So let's shorten that down to tu. So with. So this is a with in the instrumental sense. Gegafitanu tu. They are endowed with reason and conscience. What is reason? So to do we have something that means to think? We do. So what about to know? Oh yeah, wait, we just did that. So Lubov. So they're nuts. Reason and conscience. You know what? I changed my mind on the translate. Let's actually make this a passive. So we'll say Ge Lubov or to be known. In other words, dignity, but then that which is known is reason. So with reason, and we'll translate that using that past tense marker. So we'll say po lubov, or reason, and then hala conscience, or we'll say to think, and then we'll derive that and then make it plural. So keporila, hala keporila, with reason and conscience, and then and should act, and should act. Is there a verb that means to do or make? If should act, let's go back. It says they're endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. So should act. So let's say, so first we need a verb that means to need, so we'll make one, sarai. So, and should act. So, and hala should act. Samai. Is that the word that I picked out? Oh no, sarai, not samai. Although that would also be valid. So sarai. Hala sarai act. Let's use a verb that means to make. We'll make one. Wora. So sarai wora. Conscience and should act towards one another. So we can just use the word that means all in place of that. Let's use at. So ses, and then ses kela. So ses kela. Act towards all, or in a spirit of brotherhood. So act in a spirit of brotherhood. So we need in. Oh, wait, we have prepositions, don't we? Here we go. Yeah, gotta soy. So que la gotta soy in a brotherhood spirit. So do we have a word that means family? words do we have already that I could use? Let's check. We have... We could use the word for blood. So, lo, in a blood spirit. So, let's use walk in the sense of way, so we'll create using the past tense form pososa, or a path. So it'd be lo pososa, meaning blood path. Lo pososa, but blood would be in the figurative sense, so familial way. Alright, and that's it. Alright, we've ended our run here at 51 minutes, 4 seconds. Yeah, and that's it. I probably could have done a little better with the awkward, not the awkwards, with SCA2. I probably could have prepped myself better with using that prior to this run. And same with other minor things like the formatting. I think that was also something that slowed me down a little bit. So I'll probably end up trying this again sometime. I want to see if I can get a faster time. But anyways, that's it.